Hey everyone, Ken again, here with the last PowerPoint tutorial video. And again, we're still going to use the 3D star map. So the last piece where I used PowerPoint for this was these little guide images that help you to understand these sliders and how it's going to cause the sphere to rotate. So one of the tricky things with these and the way it's different than the custom shapes that I showed you before is that these actually have multiple components that we have to bring together to create that. And these only have two. They have the sort of the star sphere image and then the arrow. But in some cases you might have a dozen different individual shapes that you want to bring together to create one sort of image. So I'll show you how to create that here. So first of all, the little star image, I found that on a free clip art site, and it kind of matched what I was doing in this visualization. So I used that. So we're going to insert that picture, if I can remember where I put it. That is, I think it's here. There's our image. All right, let me just size it down a little bit. All right, so there's our star image. So the next thing is to create this little arrow. So if I do insert in shapes, so we used the circle in the last video, there are all kinds of custom shapes in here. For instance, there are hexagons, and I've used this to create some custom hexagons for some hex maps, and I've used various different things in here. So the thing we're going to use here today, if I can find it, is, oh, there it is, the little curved arrow. All right, so I'm going to click on that, and then I just sort of draw that arrow, and we'll get it to look something like the one we just created. All right, and then kind of move that over, and that looks close enough for our purposes. Now there are things you can do with this. You can rotate it, so if you wanted it to be the other type of rotation, you can rotate it. For now, we're just going to go with this one that matches our existing image. So there are a couple things you can do here. What we want is to save this whole thing as one object. So one thing you can do is sort of select both of those objects and then right click and do our save as picture. But if you have more than two different objects, that can get a little bit hairy, and getting everything selected is a little bit difficult. So what I recommend is you select those, and then we'll use this grouping option. So I'll go to group and then group, and it basically takes that and turns it into one object. One thing that's really nice about this is you can then resize it as a single object, and everything kind of resizes properly that way. So I definitely recommend doing the grouping, and then from here you can do save as picture and save that image wherever you want it to be, if it's a custom shape, or wherever you might want to put that image. You can then, if you need to work on an individual, let's say I want to make this arrow bigger, the best thing to do is to click on group and then ungroup it, and then you can make those slight adjustments here and then regroup it again. So a nice little feature there of grouping these things together and taking those multiple shapes and turning them into one shape. That's easy to then go out and save it as an image, which you can then put on your visualization. All right, so that's it. Thanks for listening, and good luck using PowerPoint for your image editing. Thanks.